I want to introduce myself first. My name is Bailey Parker, and I'm the Communications Director here at the South Carolina Department of Consumer Affairs. We're going to be talking about get-rich-quick schemes. There's a lot to talk about when we are in this topic. You'll find that the majority of what I'm talking about today is investment type scams and the different categories underneath investment scams. I always have to give this disclaimer. If you've never been here before, this is new. If you've been here before, you're probably tired of me saying this. I'm not an attorney. You don't want legal advice from me. This presentation is not meant to serve as a substitute for reading various laws or seeking legal counsel on topics like this. The presentation merely is serving as an introduction and overview of the topic. We're not going to be going into a lot about laws. I will be mentioning some resources from some federal agencies and from the South Carolina Attorney General's office, but we're not going to be really going into any laws today. All right, so let's get into the bulk of this presentation because we got a lot of ground to cover. So I wanted to give you some examples of some get-rich-quick schemes that have happened over the last however many years. This was in 2017, where the FTC was calling out a specific scheme that stole millions of dollars because of these deceptive claims. So this was a company. It was two men or three men who were selling some sort of a software or like secret codes. Very strange offer, but saying that you were going to make tons of money, thousands of dollars a day through these secret codes that they were going to sell. Sounds suspicious in and of itself, but a lot of consumers fell for this and millions of dollars was lost. Crypto. We're going to talk a lot about crypto today, or not a lot, but there's going to be a good chunk about it because a lot of crypto that people are spending or buying right now is for investment purposes. And it turns out that a lot of that money that's lost to crypto is because of investment scams. So almost $1 billion, actually over $1 billion was lost since the beginning of 2021 to crypto. And the majority of that $1 billion is because of investment scams. This one's right here in South Carolina, came out this year about a man who met another man. They were shag dancing. They met at a place where they were dancing and started chatting about money, investments, and this man, who was the scammer, convinced this other man to, oh, I've got this great deal for you, and you can invest this money, I'll help you out. He lost $1 million to this scammer. And this is something that happens right here in South Carolina. I know that the South Carolina Attorney General's office, who deals a lot with investment scams, their securities division, has plenty of stories like this, unfortunately. So that's why I'm here, just to give you the general information on what's out there and how to avoid it. Here's an example of a job scam. So earn $500 to $1,000 per week. Sounds pretty great, and you can work from home. Amazing. That's a huge red flag because they're guaranteeing this money. Here's another one. You're going to make $400 to $1,200 per day, and they're hiring for what seems like literally every type of job. Customer support, sales, consulting, broadcasting, blogging, financial advisors, loan originators. No, it's not real. And then this one was on the side of the street. You work from home because that's very, very popular right now, especially since the beginning of the pandemic. Everybody realized they kind of like working from home. And you can make up to $2,000 part-time, but $6,000 full-time. Yeah, it seems a little bit too good to be true, doesn't it? All right, so let's talk about some specific types of investment scams. Number one, Ponzi schemes. What is a Ponzi scheme? So it's going to promise high rates of returns on investments. You're going to have somebody approach you, and they're going to promise you if you put in money, you're going to see just tens of thousands of dollars, 10 times the amount that you're putting in, come back to you. Instead of using the money as promised, what happens is that scammer uses new investors' money, so your money, to pay monthly interest, returns, or dividends, earnings, to earlier investors. So there are people who got in before you did, and that scammer is using your money that you did for your initial investment to pay the people who got in before you, to make it seem like they're making money. Then the satisfied investors, so the people who got in at the very beginning and are getting these other people's investments instead of actual returns, will tell their friends about it and say, oh my gosh, I'm making a ton of money, you should join too. Usually, not always, but usually there's no underlying business here. The reason that matters is because we're going to talk about pyramid schemes next. That's the difference. If there is an underlying business, it's specifically used as a front, or it's used as some sort of facade, a mask, so that they seem more legitimate. So they're going to convince you, oh yeah, we've got this business and you invest in it. But usually in Ponzi schemes, it's just a general investment. And this scheme can only continue if new investors continue to provide funds, right? Because the people who got in at the very beginning are receiving the other investors' money. Well, if people don't invest, then how are the people behind them going to get paid? They're not. And then usually the scammer or the group of people who are doing this will just head for the hills if they don't get arrested. We spoke about pyramid schemes. So this one, they focus on an actual business, okay? It's going to be, they're selling, I don't know, turkeys, cooked turkeys, door to door. That's very odd, but I didn't want to pick something specific and imply anything. But say they're selling cooked turkeys door to door. They have some sort of business model, or at least they say they do. They're focusing on quick profits from recruiting, though. So they're recruiting other people. They're using the cooked turkeys as their mask for an actual business. But really what's happening is they're saying, hey, come sell cooked turkeys door to door. It's going to make you a ton of money real fast. And then you can recruit other people. That's actually going to make you more money than the cooked turkeys. So let's focus on that area. So honestly, in pyramid schemes, there is a business, just really used as a mask. Little mention or emphasis is placed on the product or service that's being sold. So here are some common elements of a pyramid scheme. There's an invitation. It could be from a coworker, a friend, somebody in your church, a family member, whoever, to attend an opportunity meeting, or they have some incredible chance for you to join. Whether the opportunity meeting is in person or virtual, virtual is very common now too, to earn lots of money. The meeting is well rehearsed. So they've done this a lot when you attend the meeting. So they know what they're saying. If you have questions, they're going to have a prepared answer. And if it's a real question, they may be vague. They're going to offer you, they're going to say, this is going to be your shortcut to getting rich. You're going to get rich so quick, and you're going to be set for life. And you're going to be traveling the world to do it, which sounds incredible, right? I want to make a ton of money in a short period of time and travel the world. That is very attractive. And then what they're going to do is say you have to pay an introductory fee or fee for the product that you're selling. So you're going to have to pay that fee for the cooked turkeys. They're going to charge you $3,000 up front to supply you with all the cooked turkeys in the world. Then there's going to be maybe some courses you have to take in order to get ready to sell the cooked turkeys. And then they're going to say maybe you have to pay some sort of fee to recruit others. They're going to tell you you can actually make more money recruiting others You just have to pay $1,000 in order to get the right from our company to recruit others, and then profit from their participation, and you'll get a cut of their sales. Really, it's just an emphasis on getting others to invest or give money for that initial turkey package. It's very weird that I chose turkeys, I'm sorry, but that's the emphasis. It's more so on recruiting than it is actually selling the product. Coins and precious metal. I know from personal experience, not my own personal experience, but somebody in my extended family has spent a lot of money on foreign money that they were promised was going to reevaluate at a certain value that was going to make them a ton of money. What it often looks like, and that's really what it looks like a lot of the time. It could be gold, silver, or it could be some other country's money. So a country that is coming out of a war or is having hard economic times. And this investment person, this scammer is going to say, oh, you're going to make a ton of money. Put all your money into this specific type of coin, precious metal, or currency. And then you're going to wait for it to reevaluate, specifically the currency. So it's based on some current or future political event that they're saying is going to happen. When it comes to gold and silver coins, they're offering investment grade. They'll say it's investment grade gold and silver coins, and they promise you a ton of money back in profit. For the cost of your investment and a storage fee, what the scammer will do is they'll purchase the coins for you or the bullion for you, and then have them delivered to a well-known bank. So sometimes you may not even see the gold or silver if you're dealing in those types of coins and precious metal. Nearly always, it's going to be outside of your geographical area. It's going to be hard to get there. It's going to be a very long haul, maybe a plane ride away to go to this bank to see your gold and silver. So the scammer is saying that they're doing you a favor by doing this for you. They're going to charge you for it, and then you're never going to see it because sometimes it doesn't even exist. Oftentimes in these situations, they're sometimes called promoters. I will just call them the scammer. Will promise you the opportunity to leverage your purchase. This is a little bit of a complicated topic. And I have all of these things that I'm going to say in my notes. So if you download the slides, don't be afraid that you're going to miss something if it's not on this slide. I have them in the notes if you download it. So leveraging in theory is like buying on margin, in that you only make a down payment toward the total cost of metal you wish to buy. So you're making a down payment on the metal. The rest of the money is advanced or loaned to you. So 20% you're putting in, and then the rest of that money is being sent to you with the precious metal serving as a collateral. The problem with leveraging is if the precious metal worth goes down, who is going to make up the difference in cost? You are. They gave you a bunch of money, and now your gold or silver is worth less. So you're going to be expected to give that money back. If you fail to give the money back, your precious metals often sold, often at a discount too, and you're liable for the difference. So this is a huge risk here, leveraging your purchase. Some charge extremely high commissions that must achieve a great increase in the value of the coins and metals before you could even see a profit. So they're going to charge you commissions even before you make money. That's a huge red flag if they're going to be charging you commissions. And then other schemes, some scammers don't even bother to purchase the coins or metals or currency that they say they're going to buy. They'll just say, hey, yeah, give me your money, I'll invest it, and then you never hear from them again because the money never existed, or the coins and precious metal never existed. Coaching scams. So what the scammer is going to tell you is that they have this incredible coaching strategy. It's patented, it's tested, it's proven. They're going to use all of these really fancy sounding words that make you feel confident in putting your money into it. They're going to teach you how to make money investing in stocks, bonds, foreign currency, or tax liens, any type of investment. We could add cryptocurrency to that too. So they're going to teach you how to do that. They promise that their investment approach is going to set you up for life. You're not going to have to work again. You can just live your life, travel. Basically, you are retired and bringing in tons of money because of this coaching system. The money you can make with their system is almost always exaggerated. They also fail to give you a step-by-step guide to how to do it, because often it doesn't exist. That's the secret, is it doesn't exist. And then they will lie about other people's successes. They may themselves have had some sort of investment success, but does that mean that they have a tested and proven coaching strategy? No. I've even seen these type of scams on TikTok. I know a lot of people think TikTok is just like funny teen videos. And like, I know my TikTok is mostly just funny dog videos because I think they're funny and cute. But there are so many corners of TikTok: investment TikTok, cryptocurrency TikTok, Microsoft Excel TikTok. And I know that there's actually been a couple of people on TikTok who have been claiming to have coaching programs for younger adults to learn how to invest specifically or usually in cryptocurrency, and they're going to make a ton of money. Or they're going to teach them how to be a day trader in stocks. These are things that are happening every single day. This isn't a few and far between thing. And what they'll charge you is sometimes thousands of dollars for their training program, when in reality, it's really nothing. You're paying them to watch their TikToks. It's basically what you're doing. Real estate scams. So they can be in-person or online seminars about how to invest in real estate specifically. I know I've seen some of these advertisements. I used to live in Utah, which is, I lived in southern Utah, about an hour and a half away from Las Vegas, so just over the border. And Vegas has a ton of conventions and a lot of events. And it seems like there were real estate investment groups there all the time, because we would get them in our mailbox constantly. I'm not saying all of them were scams, but there were some that were very suspicious. They're trying to lure you in by promising or guaranteeing you financial freedom. I'm always suspicious of the term financial freedom. If anyone says that to you, this is just Bailey Parker's personal advice. If somebody says they can grant you financial freedom, just head for the hills. Don't talk to that person again. It's most likely a scammer. But many real estate investment seminars are scams, because they can't guarantee, investments cannot guarantee you anything. They can't guarantee any type of profit or return. That's what investments are. They're a risk, no matter how safe or risky it is. So just know, if they're guaranteeing you something, that should be a huge red flag. The sales pitch usually for real estate investment seminars will make over-the-top claims that you're going to make money fast, like the rest of the investment scams, regardless of your experience or training in real estate. You don't need to have a real estate license. You don't need to have contractor experience if you're going to be flipping houses. They're going to promise and guarantee that their deal's a sure thing, and they're going to teach you everything, security for years to come, financial freedom, and that you're just going to rake in tons of money by working part-time or at home, because that sounds, again, super attractive. I'm going to say it. Does it sound too good to be true? Yeah, probably. Cryptocurrency. So here is, I'm going to give these two slides right here, or these two pictures right here from the FTC. So reported cryptocurrency fraud overall, reported from January of 2018 to March of 2022. So you can see that from 2018, there was $12 million lost. And then in 2021 as a whole, 680 million. So yeah, that ballooned a little bit over time. And then just in Q1, which is January to the end of March 2022, $329 million was lost alone in those first 3 months of the year. The one on the left here is talking about what types of fraud in the cryptocurrency losses. That number one there is investment related fraud. So 575 million, half of all cryptocurrency losses in 2021 to March of 2022 were investment related somehow. So when it comes to cryptocurrency, there's false promises of easy money, and it's always paired with people's limited knowledge of crypto, not really knowing what it is, not really knowing how it works. That's a perfect storm for scammers. They love that because they are going to assume you know very little about it, and if you do, great, they can tell you whatever you want to hear and you might believe it. People will report that investment websites and apps let them track the growth of their crypto. This is from the FTC specifically. So some people who lost money said that some of these companies or people actually had apps. They created them, apps or websites that looked legitimate. They looked real, that they could track how their investment was going, how it was growing on a day-to-day basis, but it was all fake. Everything was completely fake. Some people reported in making a small test withdrawal. What that means is they invested a bunch of money and they wanted to see if it was real because they saw a huge growth in a couple of weeks. So they're like, okay, well, let me do a test withdrawal just to make sure that this is legitimate. And it works. They're able to take out a small amount of money, just enough to convince them to continue to invest. So, okay, the withdrawal worked. I'm going to put in thousands of dollars more, sometimes tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of dollars more. And then when they actually try to cash out, say that they have that app or website is telling them that they've made a ton of money. They have, 20 times the money in a month that they did at the beginning. They're going to try and cash out. The company suddenly tells them that they need to send more money to pay for fake fees, or else they're not going to get their money back. I actually did an interview with a news reporter a couple weeks ago about a South Carolinian who put $60,000 into a crypto scam, an international crypto scam. Also, he was a member of an investment Facebook group, and there was a person who had been on there for a while and had been cordial with him, and then they messaged him privately and said, hey, I've got this great opportunity. It's an Australian investment company with cryptocurrency, and went to the website. Website looked very legitimate. Same thing. You could track your investments. I even went to this website because the reporter gave me the website, and on the bottom it said like CNBC says that this company is incredible. They had all these fake testimonials. And if you were to actually Google them, they did not exist. He didn't see any of the red flags that I did, and that's why we're here talking about it. I was able to Google those quotes from other companies, find out that they weren't real, and they were guaranteeing things. That's a red flag. And he lost $60,000 of his money because he did that test withdrawal. Then he put in more money because he was like, okay, it's working, great. And then when he tried to take out more, what they told him was he needed to pay a fee to withdraw, and then he needed to get other people to invest before he got his money. So it was like a combination cryptocurrency kind of Ponzi scheme or like pyramid scheme where he needed to recruit other people in order to get his money. So yeah, he lost 60,000 of his own dollars because of that. Job scams. So this happens online usually. We can all look for jobs online. In fact, I think that's the way the majority of people apply for jobs now. And what scammers will do is they'll actually sometimes conduct false interviews, so fake interviews with you, and then they'll request your personal information or money. They're going to lure you in with those promises of quick money. You're going to get rich quick. You're going to make thousands of dollars a week, if not a day, and you can work from home doing it. You're offered the job very quickly usually, and you can oftentimes work from home. And then to appear real, what these scammers will do is they'll actually send you tax documents, they'll send you employment contracts to sign, and they're going to request info from you, like a driver's license, social security numbers, direct deposit information, and credit card information. All four of those things up there are probably the four most sensitive pieces of information that you could give out. These are the pieces of information that people want in order to steal your identity in general. So job scammers are most likely not, it's not like the investment scams where you're giving over your money. Sometimes you're giving over your information to them, but you're giving over your money for an investment. Here, you're giving over your information, which to a scammer is money. They're going to use that to steal your identity. And they're going to open up credit cards in your name, loans in your name. They're going to open up utility accounts, get a cell phone, or they'll just sell your identity on the dark web to somebody else who's going to use it. Or they might steal your identity first and then sell it again. That happens too. So be very suspicious of jobs that are just automatically asking for these things, especially your social security number. And your driver's license. Those are your two most important and private pieces of identifying information other than your birth certificate. And then you definitely don't want to give over financial information because if you give over your checking account, then they have access to it and can take out anything that they want. Mystery or secret shopping. So what this is a real thing. Not all mystery and secret shopper jobs are scams, but a lot of them are because it sounds great. It's a great deal. So what some companies will do is to learn about their customers' experiences when shopping in store. They'll actually hire people to go into their businesses to try the products or services and report back on their buying experience. So restaurants will want to know, how is the food? How is the service? Same thing at retailers. They want to know, was the product that we're selling good? Was your customer service good? Things like that. And what's going to happen here is the mystery shoppers or secret shoppers will pay for a product and service themselves. So you'll be that secret shopper. You'll go in, you'll buy dinner. You'll eat dinner, have the experience, and then you're going to get reimbursed by the retailer after the fact. Sometimes you'll also get a little bit of extra money for the work, but it's not going to be a lot. A lot of times these jobs are considered like part-time gigs. These are not full-time jobs. You're not going to make a ton of money doing this thing. If at all, you're going to get some free products. You might get a free dinner, and then, you know, $100 to do this every now and again. So this is not a full-time job, which is one of the red flags. Now we're getting into the red flags of these specific types of scams. So they're not paying you to work a lot of the time. They're going to reimburse you after the fact. If they do pay you, they're going to send you a check, and that's it. They're not going to ask you to deposit it and send money back. So just know that as a mystery or secret shopper, you're not going to be getting like an income off of this. They don't pay for a list of mystery shopping jobs. Some scammers out there will say you have to pay for a list in order to get these secret offers, in order to get the best secret shopper jobs that pay the most. No, You don't have to pay for a list of mystery shopping jobs. You can find legitimate companies that just have them out on the web for everybody. You're never going to wire money or send cryptocurrency or any type of money, gift cards. You're never going to do these types of things as a part of your mystery shopping assignment. There's never going to be a time where you're going to be requested to rate the service of Western Union's wire transfer service. Okay? That's not a real thing. And it's never going to be. That's always a scam. What that scammer is doing is, yeah, wire $500 of your money to us and rate us on your experience wiring that money. You're never going to see that money again. It's gone. And wire transfers, just like cryptocurrency, are nearly impossible to trace, if not completely impossible to trace, so you'll never see it again. Sometimes when they pay you or reimburse you, they will give you extra money. So say you spent $50 at this restaurant. You get a check in the mail from the company that is reimbursing you, and it's for $500. What? Why? So you call the company and they say, oh my gosh, we made a mistake. Shoot, that's on us. Just deposit it, keep the $50 and then send us the $450. Well, with the way checks work, they take a couple of days to go through, and then it's going to bounce. Even if you go in and check to see if the check is real, the check could be real and attached to a real checking account. But when it actually goes through, it's going to bounce and you're going to be hit with the check fraud. And just know, the majority of secret shopper jobs, mystery shopper jobs, don't offer a lot of money. You're mostly getting reimbursed for your service or your, for what you're buying, and you might make literally maybe 20 to 100 bucks. And this is very common. Don't respond to job notices saying they're with MSPA. So MSPA is an association. It's the Mystery Shopper Association. It's an association, though. They don't have listings there. And they're not going to list jobs. It's just an association. They do have a list of legitimate websites that they work with that will list secret shopper jobs. But if somebody says they're with MSPA and they have a job directly through them, that's fake. It's always going to be fake. So investment schemes, anyone who's aggressive and is trying to guarantee things, providing exaggerated or false credentials, they may try and have a fake license. Offers that sound too good to be true. I think this goes across the board. There are general red flags that apply to almost all scams, and this is one of the biggest ones. It could be an investment scam. It could be a Facebook marketplace scam. It could be an Amazon shopping scam. If there is an offer that seems way too good to be true, it's because it probably is. If it was real, why isn't everyone else taking a part of it, right? So just always keep in mind, if you are interested in investing, if it sounds too good to be true, probably is. And the offer of risk-free investment opportunities, that's an oxymoron. It's literally hypocritical. Investments are inherently risky. They're always going to have some sort of risk, some lower and some higher than others. So if somebody says it's risk-free, that's a lie. They're a scammer. Promises of great wealth and guaranteed returns. You're going to be so rich. You're going to be traveling the globe, but your life is going to be incredible. You're going to have financial freedom. Yeah, they're a scammer. Everybody's buying it. Well, if everybody was buying it, why didn't I hear about it before I met you, random person from my church? I hate to say this, and I go to church on Sundays, but we often will trust people who are close to us, whether they're in our family, our friend group, or in our outer circle, like churchgoers. And so somebody at church may approach you and say, hey, I got this great opportunity. And because you go to the same church, that means you believe the same things, you may have the same morals. Okay, I can trust them because I'm a trustworthy person and I know what we believe. Unfortunately, I know the South Carolina Attorney General's office shared it was a gold scam years ago where 3 men in South Carolina defrauded hundreds of thousands of dollars from people within their church. So just be wary of everyone, even people you think you could trust. They're going to pressure you to invest right now. I think pressure in general comes with scams across the board, not just investment scams. So somebody's going to pressure you to go give over your financial information, or else your Social Security benefits are going to be suspended. Or they're going to shut off your power if you don't pay the utility bill and gift cards right at that moment. So pressure is very common in scams. They're going to give you just crazy over the top pitches, and they're going to have testimonials that if you look into are going to end up being fake. And then they're going to give you pitches and then try and ask for your personal information, because maybe they're not looking to get your money. They're looking to get your information so they can steal your identity, which is money. So there's that too. And then they're going to ask for investments paid by credit card, gift card, cryptocurrency, or wiring money abroad to a personal account. It's always a huge red flag. Specifically with crypto, and we're running out on time, only scammers are going to guarantee profits and big returns. No cryptocurrency, along with every other type of investment, is ever guaranteed. Nobody legitimate is going to make you pay or buy cryptocurrency. Nobody's going to demand, like Walmart isn't all of a sudden going to be like, hey, you have to pay for your milk in cryptocurrency now. Nothing else. We won't take cash, credit card, debit, nothing, just Bitcoin. That's suspicious, right? It would be very weird if Walmart did that. So why isn't it weird if some random company you just heard about required that? It's a scam. Never mix online dating. Now, this is very specific, but online dating and cryptocurrency scams seem to be going hand in hand, especially in the last couple of years. So it doesn't matter what age you are. If you're single and ready to mingle, you might be online dating. And sometimes these scammers will mix romance scams and cryptocurrency. They'll try and woo you. They'll tell you everything you want to hear. You're very connected to them. They'll do this over a long period of time, sometimes years. Then all of a sudden they'll say, hey, I found this great opportunity in crypto. You want to invest? You'll never see your money again. Job scams, they're going to use keywords like work from home, quick money, or an unlimited earning potential. Grammatical or spelling errors, you're going to have to pay up front for stuff. You're going to work a lot of hours without pay. So before you invest money, this is all in the slides. I'm just going to say, take time to research the offer, whether that's going to investor.gov or talking to the securities division at the South Carolina Attorney General's office. Or just do the general like company name and then scam next to it. the quick Google search to see what other people are saying. Consider the risk. Investments are inherently risky, so you want to be suspicious of people who are downplaying those risks. Independently verify your claims. Don't get all of your information from the person who is asking for all of your money, right? They're going to give you news stories about success. They're going to give you testimonials, and they could all be fake. You need to independently verify it yourself. Keep private personal information private. If somebody is asking you for all of your private information, the first thing you should ask is, why do you want it? Why do you want all of this information about me? And then if you're investing with a company who has a prospectus, get that if it's being offered. Talk to the company, its management, the promoters. Always talk to people, get written copies of any predictions, ask the broker that you're speaking to about predictions, keep all those records and notes. So do your research before you're investing. And then the biggest one, if you cannot afford to lose money, if you can't afford to lose your investment, don't invest. That's like a basic financial literacy term. If you can't afford a credit card, if you can't afford to pay off that TV with your credit card, then you can't buy it. don't buy it. If you can't afford to lose your investment, because there is a risk with investments that you could lose it, then don't invest. And at the end of the day, if people are telling you all of these things, you're going to make so much money, you can work from home, financial freedom, be your own boss, all of these things. What you need to remember before is take your time, do your research, be skeptical of success stories. Don't bank on a cleared check or a cleared withdrawal, that test withdrawal. And again, do your research, take the time, okay? I know that sometimes investments come and go quickly, but they shouldn't be coming and going within like a period of an hour, okay? That's what an investment scammer is going to try and make you think. So I hope you guys enjoyed this presentation and stay safe out there. There's tons of scammers and you have a good rest of your day. Thanks so much for coming.